Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Truth is not as pompous and romantic as myth, but it has the immeasurable value of being the truth. Sometimes what seems like a destination is actually a bridge to a new chapter. Like a running blaze on a plane, like a flash of lightning in the clouds, we live in the flicker. Life is what happens to us while we are making other plans. Convictions are more dangerous foes of truth than lies. You won't know one explanation of why you do what you do, especially those who ask not to help but to judge you. You just keep pushing. You just keep pushing. I made every mistake that could be made, but I just kept pushing. Best friends are treasures. Hug them for their caring. Applaud their accomplishments. Laugh with them gratefully. The beginning of wisdom is the definition of terms. For with much wisdom comes much sorrow. The more knowledge, the more grief. I'm killing time while I wait for life to shower me with meaning and happiness. And education is not so much about making a living as making a person. For a day, just for one day, talk about that which disturbs no one and bring some peace into your beautiful eyes. You've a good heart. Sometimes that's enough to see you safe wherever you go, but mostly, it's not. Gratitude creates hope, and hope activates the law of attraction. Personal perception of perfection is like that. You see what you want to see. After a while, you just see what you need to. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. Try not to become a man of success. Rather, become a man of value. A fish that is afraid of drowning in a river is ignorant of its gifts. The way to screw up somebody's life is to give them what they want. Death comes to us all. We can only choose how to face it when it comes. A traitor's just a patriot on the wrong side of winning. You can't be brave if you've only had wonderful things happen to you. Success is defined in units of fun. It's all about being happy. I have a dream that one day little black boys and girls will be holding hands with little white boys and girls. Life isn't about escaping the darkness. It's all about experiencing both the day and night. The choices we make dictate the lives we lead. There are many things worth living for, a few things worth dying for, and nothing worth killing for. Every flower is a melody that floats through the air and soothes our hearts. When your intentions are pure, so too will be your success. If you don't give up on something you truly believe in, you will find a way. To see me does not necessarily mean to see my face. To understand my thoughts is to have seen me. Hearts are breakable, Isabel said. And I think even when you heal, you're never what you were before. Maturity is when you stop complaining and making excuses and start making changes. Only you can take inner freedom away from yourself or give it to yourself. Nobody else can. The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. Change is not always growth, but growth is often rooted in change. Dries Duerden. Life is a moderately good play with a badly written third act. The truth has always been a more complex commodity than the market can easily package and sell. Taking personal accountability is a beautiful thing because it gives us complete control of our destinies. You may tend to get cancer from the thing that makes you want to smoke so much, not from the smoking itself. Whatever stories we make up about ourselves, others will tell a different one. The truth is never what you want it to be, little fox. A kind thought, word, or action creates infinite ripples of caring, consideration, and peace. I'm not afraid of death. I just don't want to be there when it happens. Silence is nice to have if you wanted it, but maddening if you didn't. I prefer you to make mistakes in kindness than work miracles in unkindness. Be not afraid of going slowly, be afraid only of standing still. There's no such thing in anyone's life as an unimportant day. The penalty for procrastination is the loss of hopes and dreams. Speaking up for people who don't have a voice is important. It's the right thing to do, even if it's hard. Success awaits those who steadfastly commit to any requisite sacrifice. Today, I bent the truth to be kind, and I have no regret, for I am far surer of what is kind than I am of what is true. Learn to live deeply and realize that all experiences, good or bad, are transient, and opportunities for liberation. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. We can only see a short distance ahead, but we can see plenty there that needs to be done. They will envy you for your success, your wealth, for your intelligence, for your looks, for your status, but rarely for your wisdom. You become mature when you become the authority of your own life. If everyone wants to be somebody, I want to be somebody else. I will never compromise truth for the sake of getting along with people who can only get along when we agree. Almost anyone can be an author. The business is to collect money and fame from this state of being. I'm a greater believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have of it. It's such a shame to waste time. We always think we have so much of it. I visited many places, some of them quite exotic and far away, but I always return to myself. It's good to do uncomfortable things. It's weight training for life. We strive for harmony, but it is not always realized. Never let anybody guess that you have a mind of your own. Above all, be pure. There is something almost shocking in the notion of so chaste a function carrying this canny and hurly-burly in her womb. Representatives of truth. The champions of truth are hardest to find, not when it is dangerous to tell it, but rather when it is boring. Keep going. Is not as difficult as you feel it is. Don't give up. Time is my friend when it doesn't let the bad moments stay, but it becomes my enemy when it lets the good moments pass by. Some people may not fully know this, but praying is also an amazing form of manifestation. In my opinion, it is the most powerful one. Telling Sam and Danica feels like peeling off my own skin to expose everything underneath. It hurts. The free mind, unafraid of labor, presses on to attain the good. Strength is life. Weakness is death. Expansion is life. Contraction is death. Love is life. Hatred is death. True knowledge exists in knowing that you know nothing. Perhaps the truth depends on a walk around the lake. Kananji yang lalo, hadapi yang baru dangan panakesiakaran. Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is you-o than you. It is an occupational hazard that anyone who has spent her life learning how to lie eventually becomes bad at telling the truth. Do not despise your own place and hour. Every place is under the stars. Every place is the center of the world. Our business in life is not to succeed, but to continue to fail in good spirits. The truth does not change according to our ability to stomach it. I am struck by how sharing our weakness and difficulties is more nourishing to others than sharing our qualities and successes. Of everything you could be and everything you do, the greatest thing of all, Henri, is simply to be you. I do not like to repeat successes. I like to go on to other things. No man ever threw away life while it was worth keeping. Surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher. Leo win. Don't worry, Lithiel. Truth's existence never depended upon belief. To lose your path is the way to find that path. I tell you, one must still have chaos in one to give birth to a dancing star. I tell you, you have still chaos in you. Expectations make people miserable, so whatever yours are, lower them. You'll definitely be happier. The simple step of a courageous individual is not to take part in the lie. One word of truth outweighs the world. Be with someone who inspires you and makes you be the best version of yourself. Of course, a sign doesn't mean anything unless you know how to interpret it. When people see some things as beautiful, other things become ugly. When people see some things as good, other things become bad. Shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll land in the stars. Most of the propositions and questions to be found in philosophical works are not false but nonsensical. There are 3 things all wise men fear: the sea and storm, a night with no moon, and the anger of a gentle man.